This is the most powerful resource you have, and it's really limited. How many times have you started your week thinking, I have the whole week in front of me, so I'm going to do X, Y, and Z first, then I'll get to the studies, work, tasks I'd planned. When you realize it's Friday already and you haven't done half of what you planned because you simply didn't have clarity about your priorities. There's a feeling of procrastination when you want to do so many things. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to start. You become paralyzed. The same is true for when you need to study English. You probably have a course book or a textbook, whatever, just sitting there on the shelf gathering dust. Or infinite websites and resources saved on your computer that you haven't looked at in a long time. They also become a hidden form of procrastination without you even realizing it. So today, let's take a look at some apps that can really help you with the tools that you need to beat procrastination, make better use of your time, and achieve success while studying English, no matter the objective you're trying to accomplish with it. To start off, share with us the apps you normally use to help you study English. Pause the video for a second and write it in the comments down below. I normally use name of the app. What I like about it is that a productive day starts with a good night's sleep. But not only that, sleeping helps your brain better remember the things you've learned. The first step that you should do for a few weeks in a row before adding other tasks is to go to bed every day at the same time, even if you don't fall asleep right away. To get you accustomed to that, Insight Timer has numerous guided meditations, bedtime stories, and relaxing audios to help you fall asleep more easily.
Make yourself as comfortable as possible.
You can also play relaxing songs or nature sounds on Spotify. If you have a TV in your room, YouTube has videos with those sounds as well, but played on black background videos so you are not disturbed by the brightness of the screen. You may be wondering what meditation has to do with English or building a productive routine. However, nowadays it's so easy to lose focus, become distracted, or even constantly switch between tasks when sitting down to study. Meditation can be a huge help for your concentration and help you remain present and focused on what you need to get done. My favorite apps to help you either get started on building on the habit of meditating are Lojong and One Giant Mind. They have short, easy to follow guided meditations that will help you feel more grounded. I highly recommend you do it in the morning, right after you wake up, or during the day while taking a break between studies. You can choose one of their activities while sitting down on your bed. Start easy with 5 minutes, and as the weeks go by, you can increase the time you spend meditating. The third pillar of being more productive is having an exercise routine. Exercising helps you study and learn better by combating stress, raising your energy levels, and making you feel happier and energized. You'll see how you feel more efficient at all tasks in your life. Just like meditation, choose an activity you like, such as walking, then running, dancing, martial arts, and start slowly to build on the habits. I really like to use an app called Runkeeper even when I'm not running. It helps you track your progress when you walk and can be quite motivating to see your performance increasing. Another great thing about exercises, like walking or running, is that you can do them while you listen to podcasts, like the Real Life English podcast. By downloading our free app, you'll have access to our podcasts and our Beyond Borders talk show with interviews and some of the world's most influential experts made especially for English learners. The best thing is, once you sit down to study, you can listen to the episode again while following the transcript, and right after, connect with someone to practice your English. That's right, by downloading the Real Life English app, you get to practice your English speaking for free whenever you want. So download it now in the Google Play or the Apple App Store, or simply download it with this link here or the one I've left in the description down below. Now, after adjusting to a great routine of sleeping, meditating, and exercising, when it's time to get your studies done, there are a few apps that will help you with that. Google Keep. The first thing I'd recommend is to have a note-taking app such as Google Keep, Notepad, or Evernote within hand's reach. One of the things that most impairs our productivity is to get drawn by thoughts and ideas that have nothing to do with the task at hand. So it will make a huge difference to have a place like these where you can write down ideas and things that pop into your mind so that they don't distract you or break down your focus. You'd be surprised by how many learners tell me they have trouble focusing on their studies. There's a technique called Pomodoro that can help you while doing that. This technique consists of many short breaks from time to time while working. For example, you work or study for 25 minutes straight without interruption and then take a break from the screen or the books for 5 minutes. After 4 cycles, you can take a larger break. The Tide app has a section that combines the Pomodoro timer with sounds to help you concentrate. Now, if you are more into games, there's an app called Habitica that will transform real-life productivity in order to help you accomplish things. You can add your habits, to-do lists, and goals, and the app will transform it into an experience in which those situations become a role-playing game with many features such as armor, pets, and even quests. Notion is one of the most complete apps to manage tasks and content, but it can be quite overwhelming to get started on it. So I'd recommend you take a look at Trello first. It helps you organize your studying projects into a board and at one glance what you're working on, what you need to do, and what you have already done. It's like a whiteboard filled with lots of sticky notes with each note as a task for you. Now, when it comes to Notion, if you want to get started, our guest Shannon explained a really nice idea on how she organizes her progress in the more than 15 languages she studied.
But I also am a Notion junkie, so I have like it's almost like a journal, but not really, but it's like my daily log. So it's like what exercise I did, what languages I studied, what I did to study those languages, and then a bunch of other habits that I'm trying to build. And I track that every single day, and then at the bottom it tallies like up a percentage of like what percentage I've actually studied which language and all of that.
One of the things that can kill your productivity is the frustration of not remembering what you studied and having to revisit all your notes every time. You get the feeling that you're always stuck in the same place, not being able to remember, and then when you get a chance to speak, you may have a lot of vocabulary that you understand, but you don't seem to find them back in your memory when it's your turn to say something. Well, apps like Anki and Memrise can help you with that. They are spaced repetition software, and what they do is give reminders of the words you need to study based on the things you get right. You can add audio and pictures, so they are also good to practice listening and pronunciation. Gabriel Weiner talked with Ethan about the importance of personalization when it comes to creating your flashcards on these platforms.
The main piece, though, is what are you reviewing? Because if the thing you're reviewing is girl, what's the word for girl? And all you're doing is sort of deepening this idea that girl and девушка are the same, then all you're doing is deepening a kind of shallow, uninteresting memory. But if instead you're showing the pictures you chose to store that emotional reaction of, whoa, that wasn't what I expected, and we say, what's that? And you're like, девушка, that's what that is. Then we are allowing you to review an emotional experience. And then you throw that in the computer program and you're like, okay, well, when should I have that emotional experience next? And it's like, oh, well, looks like you're next due for that emotional whoa in 2 weeks. Oh, you got it right? Okay, cool. We're going to wait a month and then we're going to stick, these pictures that you thought were emotionally relevant in front of you and see where you feel there. And so that ends up being the whole system. It's a system for dumping emotional stuff into your head at the right rate